This is Bourbon Bets, where bottles of bourbon are wagered over the power of arguments put forth by two idiots regarding their stupid opinions. Afterward, their pet android determines the winner will post a most scientific poll so the audience can decide. They also drink bourbon together.
The software has it.
Mute.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Calm down. So you can take 20 seconds off the front.
No, I'm going to leave the echo in.
This said record with friends. Mistake.
Liam, stop or zero.
Oh, are we ready? Sorry.
Well, we're recording after all.
That doesn't mean we're ready.
This means nothing to me.
This means nothing to me. Yes. All right, well, you can tee this one up then.
Okay, I can do that. Hold on one second. Refilling my glass.
Yeah, give me some ice. Where are you going? Gotta pee.
Really well.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Uncork that again.
Connor's making
I think you
a
can
lot of
actually
noise.
get that. I think we could get a good uncorking with this bottle that we've got here.
Yeah, mine's too low. Yeah, it was too high pitched.
Try it again.
It was like a squeak.
Oh, wow. It's getting more squeaky the longer you do. The first two were good.
Yes. Squeaky.
No, I don't. That's going to make it squeak more.
Squeaky.
Just tip it upside down a couple times, right? Dad, tip it upside down.
No.
It's a joke. You just gotta pour yourself some more bourbon.
It's not bourbon.
Whiskey. Albanor.
Abalor.
Scottish whiskey.
All right.
Whiskey.
You got to be quiet or go. Okay.
Because we don't allow background noise.
Really?
Has Connor come back in yet?
Squeaky.
Okay.
Yeah, he's back.
All right. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll
I'm
ever
ready.
be. No, not you.
Connor, are you ready?
I'm totally ready.
He's
Go
ready.
ahead.
He's
As long
ready.
as you're ready.
Bourbon drink's ready. Ready.
What are we arguing about? Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay. Welcome, dear listeners. Recently, a podcast was released in the, I should say an episode was released of the podcast called Not Much to Say by one Babu. And in it, Babu makes the argument that coffee mugs have a requirement of capacity as their very first priority, and indeed what sets apart a great coffee mug would be to start with capacity. Tonight, we want to talk a little about that. I think my comrade, I think is the best word for him. I think he will go a little sideways on this and discuss another position. I'm not really sure what we should have as a premise, but I'm guessing something along the lines of coffee mugs should be capacious and
It's got to fit in a tweet, dummy.
All right. A capacious coffee mug.
Also, I have to be able to
A
spell
capacious
it.
coffee mug is man's best friend, not a dog.
Oh my gosh. Say it again. A capacious
coffee mug is required for all men.
That's much shorter. I like that. A capacious coffee mug is required
Yes.
for all men. No, wrong.
You know, it's
This is wrong.
true.
First of all, it's very subjective what capacious means.
Okay, so then let's reorient this to a coffee cup that is able to contain greater than 14 ounces of liquid.
Is that that's the new statement?
I don't know. I'm positing that as the statement.
Men's coffee mugs must be greater
Well,
than
I didn't
14
mean
ounces?
to. I meant mankind. I didn't mean men specifically. I mean, I don't know if we're going to also argue the patriarchy along with arguing coffee. It seems a bit of...
I didn't say women couldn't use coffee cups that were 14 ounces.
Well, you just assume when I say men, referring to a general group, that I'm only referring to men, not...
Well, that's only because I know you.
Wow. It feels like I've been thrown under the bus by a cat.
That's what would happen.
All
right.
So,
we're nowhere closer to
okay,
a
so
premise.
the premise is that, in general, for a coffee drinker, it is preferred to have a coffee mug with greater than 14 ounces of capacity.
All right, we'll have to figure out how to shorten that, but okay.
We can use OZ for ounce.
Oh, okay. That'll work. I don't know how to spell ounce anyway, so. Okay, so that's wrong.
No.
Because the larger the vessel, now there is a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot. You don't want to be drinking out of an espresso mug, right?
What we're talking about, I do want to be drinking out of that. But
if you're drinking espresso, yes. You don't want to be drinking regular black drip coffee, which, by the way, black is the only way to drink coffee.
We are in accord on that.
Okay. We don't want to be drinking our black coffee out of espresso tiny little cups. There is a sweet spot where you want a little more volume, a little more capacity, because if it's too small, it'll just get cold very quickly.
Yeah.
But 14 ounces, 16 ounces is getting a little large.
No,
because,
it's
this
not.
Is why I said this.
Go ahead.
Hear me out.
Okay.
People who have the luxury of just sitting around and drinking 2 cups of coffee at a time, 2 literal cups, 16 ounces, and then going back and refilling it and then sitting there drinking another 2 cups, have way too much time on their hands.
Okay.
And
you're already straying quite a bit. As soon as you say
I don't think so.
2 literal cups, how do you measure your cereal when you eat cereal?
You said 14 ounces.
Yeah.
Do you know how many ounces are in a cup?
I know how many are in a cup, but we don't measure cups of coffee as 8 ounces.
We who?
We, the people in the great United States. How's that?
We cat lovers or... It's not... I'm not off the point here. I'm just saying that volume of coffee, if you're able to sit and drink black, hot coffee, 2 cups at a time, you have too much time on your hands. And so
how much whiskey?
The size of your mug is kind of irrelevant at that point.
No, you're wrong. Okay. So
you need to rethink your life at this point.
So you're saying that because I have to luxuriate in my coffee as I sit, therefore I have free time?
I don't know who has that much free time to sit around and drink 2 cups of coffee at a time.
The problem is that you are one of the people who cannot finish a beverage in a reasonable amount of time.
I object. I can finish a beer very quickly.
That's about it.
You're referring specifically to my coffee drink.
I'm referring specifically to the fact that nearly every time I walk into your home, there is a half cup of cold coffee. That is your mug.
That is because I actually have work. I have work to do.
You work with both hands constantly to the point where you cannot imbibe coffee.
You know how many children I have, right?
Where are you right now?
Well, I'm not drinking coffee. We're drinking bourbon.
But I think that you're in a fortress of solitude, one might say.
It's also 7:45 at night, so I'm not drinking coffee right
Understood, but in the morning, I believe that. Okay, carefully look around you in that room,
now. No.
and see if there's a coffee maker in that room.
All right, there is a coffee maker in this room. But to your point about two hands, no, I cannot type with two hands.
You can't type with two hands? That's the preferred method.
I can't type with only one hand. I object. Using my own words against me.
Well, yeah.
Here's what happens. And by the way, we're way off the topic here because it's not about my coffee drinking.
No, your objection is solely because of your preferred style of consuming.
And the reason why I consume the way I do.
Oh, here we go.
Is how everyone should consume the coffee. So, here's what happened.
I think as soon as you utter those words, you've lost.
I get so engrossed in my work that I set my cup down because I do require two hands to type.
I see.
And I sometimes will go back to it. But yes, generally I am not able to get to it before the point where it's too cold to drink. And reheated coffee is disgusting.
Oh.
I will do it if I absolutely have to,
I agree. Reheated coffee is disgusting, and no one should ever do that. Nor should anyone have to. If your employer is such a slave driver that you can't drink coffee while you work, which I really don't buy this to begin with. I think you get distracted and you don't go back to the coffee because you're a concentrated individual.
Exactly. The word you're looking for is focus.
No, concentrated.
I'm focused on my work. I cannot be holding a cup of coffee in my hand constantly.
So it very well could be that what this is really about for you is the fact that you have too good of a coffee supply in your life.
You're saying my coffee should be
Yes, I am. You set coffee aside as some magical thing that is so incredibly distracting that you can't perform your work functions. And so I think that those of us on the other side of the table would say something more along the lines of either your coffee is too good and thus distracting you too much from your work, or maybe you aren't very good at your job.
Wow. That escalated quickly. Is there a third option?
No.
All right, I'll go with the coffee's too good then, I guess. Lest anyone that I work with hear this podcast.
Well, I want to give a shout out.
I just want to say I'm just not very good at my job.
I have to say he's probably not very good at his job. No, no, that's not.
It's probably true.
That's not. Well, let's say he's at least got the employer buffaloed. Let's put it that way.
They keep paying me.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, so you must be good at your job. That's how I feel about it, right? So I have to say something. Bourbon Ghost, I don't know if you saw, posted on Twitter today, that he carries a 16-ounce glass. Now, it's some, highfalutin. I think he's a millennial, too. So,
Whoa. What do you mean, too?
Not two. I'm saying along with his strange drinking vessel for coffee.
Oh, his flask is millennial like.
Exactly. It's millennial-ish. It's millennial adjacent. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So he posted that he does this, and I'm actually a little intrigued by it because I drink well, you've seen the mug that I drink coffee out of, and it can actually handle 16 ounces because I drink my coffee black. I don't have to add something to the top of it. But I kind of like the idea of a more of a tumbler style, more of a drinking glass style, just because I drink coffee quick enough that I don't need time.
See, this is where you're going
I don't
wrong.
have to keep it warm.
You should not have to chug down your coffee. You should be able to enjoy it, right? And if you're just chugging it down just to get it into your system, that's wrong. You're doing it wrong.
I'm not doing it wrong.
You are doing
I
it.
enjoy it so much I consume it like water.
That you can't possibly enjoy it if you're drinking it like water.
I enjoy
water. Listen, you enjoy drinking all that water that your wife makes you drink?
Of course I do.
Yes. Okay, I know she's listening right now, but yes, I love it. I love all the water.
I don't consume it like water. No.
But okay. Oh, we've backpedaled.
Certainly,
Right,
I consume it at a more rapid rate than you do. I also employ a different methodology than you do in that I will text and have servants bring me my cups of coffee. So that definitely increases my ability to drink it quickly.
You don't have your cat bring it?
I also don't have to take time out of my busy work schedule to break my focus and go make a cup of coffee. I can simply,
You mean not busy work schedule because you got all this time to sit there drinking giant punch bowls full of coffee.
Oh, that's
while it's still
okay.
warm.
Now a punch bowl full of coffee is just ridiculous. That would definitely get cold before anyone could drink it. I don't know why you feel you can go reductio ad absurdum. I mean,
is this like is this like that nobody can drink a gallon of milk without throwing up?
Well, you can, but it has to be stored inside the body cavity, not on the door.
I don't think it would make a difference.
No.
So, hey, but just this is totally random, but is it disgusting to eat 2 bowls of Rice Krispies covered in chocolate milk for breakfast?
That's not disgusting. That's criminal.
Okay. I won't say who did that, but it's someone in my house that is a teenager.
Is it someone who has a Twitter account who should be shamed publicly?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, the only reason I was reminded is because when we said you can't drink a gallon of milk without throwing up, because it was like 100 degrees this morning when we went out to work. And I'm like, why are you eating a bowl of Rice Krispies covered in chocolate? Not just milk, chocolate milk.
Well, first of all, who over the age of 6 drinks chocolate milk?
I will, but very, very rarely, like once a year, if and only like this much, like as much coffee as I would drink
in a year. I know you're very dedicated to your work.
Listen, I think there's something in Proverbs about a good workman and being diligent.
Oh, so. I'm definitely applauding that. I'm concerned about your welfare if a beverage is too distracting from your work for you.
You do know where I work.
Yeah, true. Good point.
All right, I've lost what the premise is at this point.
Yeah, I have too. But
14-ounce
makes
cups
sense to me that with all the evidentiary claims on Twitter, I think we're gonna see that people do value a cup with a good capacity, which would be great, 14 ounces or greater.
All right.
It'd be nice if we had some people chime in on this.
So are we posting a poll?
I think we kind of have to.
How about, what do you feel about splitting this into like a 4-parter, like different size cups? Just to see.
Because you want to skew the audience? Because you know you're going to lose?
I don't think I'm going to lose.
I think it's... Okay, so...
I don't think very many people drink as much coffee as you insane people do.
I think you're wrong about that. I think there's a lot of us insane people.
All right. Well, there are a lot of insane people, but the Venn diagram is different for insane and massive coffee.
Yeah, but I'm thinking the Venn diagram for insane massive coffee drinker tweets. It's probably not in your favor.
Yeah, you might be right about that. All right, we'll figure out the poll.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. Yeah.
We already we did get a complaint though that the episodes are too short, so people might like to just hear us just sitting here clicking and trying to figure out how to use Twitter since we're not very good at that.
You know, I have been known to do a long, just on the edge of audible sigh. Would you like me to do a couple?
Let me see. Who was it that complained? Oh, that was at the real King.
Oh,
Kenzie. Yes.
that
Mhm.
guy.
So don't follow that guy. Too short.
Well, I think accidentally, probably we've gone too long on a couple here, so this may prove out whether or not he's correct.
Oh, nobody's going to listen to this one. It's way
You know
too
what we
long.
should do? Actually, we should do a poll. Which is better, the under X number of minutes versus
under 10, over 10? I think because I think we've been around 7 minutes for a couple of them. Let's go over under 10, which actually might be the perfect size coffee mug.
It's nonsense. Look, that mug is so small you couldn't get a proper handle on it.
Oh my gosh! You can put any size handle you want on any size.
It's nonsense, and that's actually the one thing that is intriguing about Bourbon Ghost's suggestion. If you have 4 fingers in the handle, you're good. If you have 4 fingers around the glass, you're good. Anything less, you're just drinking tea like a Britisher.
Well, we can both agree that's ridiculous. I'm going to get you though an espresso mug that you can put all 4 fingers in. Did you just spit your scotch on the screen?
It was close. It was close. I barely restrained it. I will say my nasal passages are burning.
Well, then I win. It doesn't matter if I lose the poll.
All right.
All right. We'll post the poll. 3 days.
We're sorry it's so long.
Yeah, really.
But no, we're not.
No, we don't edit either.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Apologies for all of the spitting and snorting at the beginning. I don't know what that was.
I think that was the droid. Actually, he was having some malfunctions.
Oh no, that was the teenager trying to get all the chocolate milk out of his nose.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
Goodbye.
Don't bother looking for us on Facebook, but do follow us on Twitter at bourbon_bets and add us to your favorite podcast app. We're on all the ones that count. If you wish to tell us how wrong we are, please visit bourbonbets.com,
Stupid droid.
bourbonbets.com, and leave a voice message for us. We thanks.